by DarkZero, far and away their most banned map, obviously, next to Villa, and they are 0-0-3. This is NaVi's map pick to earn their first championship outside of the UK.
I was gonna say, guess whose map pick this is.
Keep in mind, NaVi are the reigning UK Premiership champions.
It's true.
But I'm sure they want to be able to say it's coming home. I think I'm like 7, 8, 9, 10 months, a year. I think I'm a year too late, a year and a half too late. Holy hell, I'm late on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm sure they want to say it still.
Maybe they want to say it.
I'm sure I'm guessing they'll want to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
So DarkZero lose their map pick, and that would not be a disaster usually, but this appears to be a map that DarkZero really doesn't like playing. Now, the one saving grace that DZ might have in this match is that I'm sure they've practiced this map. Okay, we've talked about this a lot, and the analysts have touched on this as well. When you have a map that you just don't play, you put it in the back, you never let it show in Pro League, in the regular season, and then you get to these momentous occasions, these big matches. It's not saving strategies to practice a map that you don't like to play, but it is preparing for a LAN. That's how I would describe it. And I'm sure that DZ have prepared for this LAN adequately enough to bring some coastline knowledge to the table. But it's also a map that NaVi just right out the gate really likes.
Yep.
So no matter how you shake it, this is going to be an advantage for them. It'll be NaVi starting on defense, DarkZero on attack. We'll go to Kitchen first. Band's already done. Capital Habana, Echo Mira.
A good point that I think is worth mentioning here is that can be a huge motivator for DarkZero as well. That heartbreaker from Mint the last second.
Yeah. We've seen that from them in the past where they recover from situations like that.
Fun fact, NaVi and DarkZero have combined for all 4 aces at this event, 2 by Mint and 1 by Nello and Kendrew.
That's really
Nello got an ace on this map against Wildcard, playing his Gridlock on one of the most disgusting plays I have actually ever seen. It was disgusting.
I think I was busy working on something at that moment, so I didn't get to see it.
Why do you say it like that? It doesn't sound like the way a human says things. I was busy working on something.
I guess I'm working on my evil mastermind voice.
Why are you saying it ominously?
I don't know.
What are you working on? There's like a
Don't worry about it, Parker.
Death machine waiting.
Don't worry about it, Parker.
Yeah, you made it worse. Anyway, the play by Nello on this map was absolutely disgusting.
I bet.
It was horrendous, and you need to watch it. It was... I didn't know humans could do that.
I will check it.
Yeah,
the way you're describing it seems like it is exactly what you say it is.
Entry from Nyx onto Hall of Fame, and he'll just sit tight for the time being. I don't know if he's getting droned in or not. It sure doesn't look like he is. He's been droned into VIP, and the Zolfia BC will be paired up with him. They'll be in lockstep. Still at Hall of Fame, as there is a theater defense. It's going to be Pi, who has been getting better the longer this event has been going on, and I like that the analyst desk gave him the praise that he deserves. He's a tremendous player, and he's only gotten better, and really fit the NaVi system quite well. If they do end up becoming champions, he has earned more than his fair share of that trophy. Nyx has made it out from VIP over towards the hallway. There's 2 people from NaVi that are sitting very pretty over by theater. One is actually inside of the theater, the other is outside. There's a mute jammer lying in his way, but the moment that it gets shot, well, Citizen will know it's there. Down goes Hyper. Opening frag of map number 2 is going to go to one of the UK lads, but he gets pounced upon by Nyx, and now Pi gets shut down himself. So DZ might lose the opening frag, but they answer back with 2 and regain a numbers advantage.
DZ with some good control now as well to add to that numbers advantage. Above Kitchen, you can do a lot of soft destruction. That's exactly what BC is doing right now. You see 2 of those players on NaVi, still in sight. 1 saves, trying to flank by the blue stairs. BC is a little bit exposed to that as well, as is Hot and Cold. If a push comes up from the blue stairs, DZ could get shut down by said push. Saves just has to time himself correctly. Nyx isn't covering. He's on the other side of the building. Oh, Saves chooses to play it safe and bring it back to sight. That could work against DZ.
That's one for Hot and Cold to shut down Nello, and Saves is there at the doorway, watching as his phone rings away. DarkZero taking quite a lot of lumps. Saves is waiting for somebody to vault on him, but he's distracted for just a second. Now he'll have to go up against BC, but he loses that one. Kendrew's above. He sees the planter, but he doesn't see Hot and Cold. And DarkZero obviously motivated with how close they came to being able to clutch on Consulate. They'll take round number 1.
Good performance there from DarkZero to clear out upstairs. They didn't lose a whole lot for it. They did lose one body, but it wasn't something that was going to cost them the round. And they managed to turn it into a plan. The lack of site presence and control on the first map, Consulate, for DarkZero was not the same, or was actually pretty much what we saw in this round for NaVi, is what I was trying to get to. They had a lot of roamers that got punished early, yes, but because of this vertical destruction, the pressure that the anchors felt was insurmountable. They couldn't control their own site, despite how NaVi tried. That plant was very late in the round, too. NaVi did a great job of delaying.
It was.
Yeah.
Didn't even need to go down. Came close enough. They put Mint on planting duty there.
You gotta get somebody to do it. NaVi sweating, rightfully so. Oh boy. You gotta worry when you, okay, obviously NaVi are like, yo, we like Coastline, look at those stats. DZ ban Coastline all the time, right? So that's why we're here. So when you go into Coastline, if you don't have early success and you're expecting it, you're anticipating, oh, it should be a pushover. We should be able to just take this. If the enemy starts giving you a struggle, that can be really hard on you. I don't expect NaVi to lose focus, though. I think this is the type of match where the focus is just, it's ever present in every single player throughout the match.
So, just remember this. Kender's ace, thanks CGG,
Yeah.
was on this map as well. So, both aces.
Yeah.
Both aces from NaVi came here, so.
Really, really hard to, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. But DZ have already got the opening round, which is a huge victory. Now, mind you, I mean, they got the opening round on Consulate as well and still fell short 7-4. Things can change very quickly, especially on a frag-heavy map like Coastline. The problem that NaVi has had over the past day and a half, or 2 days, depending on how your timeline works, is that they can go very cold and very inconsistent when it comes to fragging. Now, Pi has woken up and he's been adding to it, so that's helpful, of course. But if only 1 or 2 guns from NaVi are alive, it's not going to work out for them. DarkZero has too much depth when it comes to killing potential. I say that as Hyper just openly misses a shot on a barricade.
Well, I'd say that, yeah, you're right. I mean, we all make those little mistakes, though, right?
Pro player, by the way. It happens.
Now,
Hyper.exe has stopped working.
Nyx has the diffuser. This is really interesting because he's playing on Ashe. The reason he has the diffuser, though, is just because of his positioning. He's inside of that office, and he needs to do a lot from here. He's actually talking to one of his teammates right now. You could see, by the way, he's not looking at his screen.
Could be looking at their monitor as well.
Yeah, could be looking at their monitor.
Teammates do turn the monitors around so people can see them. So Liquid very famously used to do that with Ness.
Yeah, some information being transferred over there to try and move the players back into better positions. Citizen, the first kill, as Hyper picks it up.
Unlucky timing from Citizen as he just drops right on top of Hyper, and it's a surprise for sure, but still one that is likely welcomed from DarkZero. They're poised to strike at just about any moment, speaking of DZ, as it's a double bars take. First shot's gonna go out, and Mint will cut off the mudroom with a smoke grenade. A smoke canister from Nello goes on out, as there's lifelines that are gonna be very annoying. Both teams will trade a singular kill. Saves firing through the wall with Kendra there as well, as Nyx gets the plant down quite successfully. And DZ have obviously been hiding Coastline for a reason. Equalized by Kendra, as we're now back to a 3v3. They'll have to work against the clock, though. DarkZero knows how that feels. Hyper finds a second kill onto Saves, and BC's there for one of his own. Kendra doesn't have much HP, and he's got some narrow avenues to work with. He'll tear through BC and expect somebody inside of the courtyard, but he's also got Mint downed. What is Hyper doing? Kendra might be able to get away with this. If Hyper doesn't know, he's going to have to hurry. Kendra is there. Will he get it in time? Oh my God, Kendra, you are so lucky. You were saved by the goo needle that was in the foot of Hyper, and NaVi managed to somehow win that round.
Wow. NaVi, whenever they have even a tiny opportunity, managed to bring the round home. And that was just impressive patience. I believe the saying goes, pros don't fake. And they certainly didn't in that round. Great job there to NaVi. And, well, a round that honestly, straight up should have been DarkZero's ends up being one that goes the other way. The top floor clear there from DarkZero was painful for them, but they managed to turn that top floor, once they had it, into a plant pretty quickly. And that's here's that disable. 7 long seconds. Kendrew had to stick this in a 1v1, and Hyper misread the situation entirely.
Kendrew had enough time to get off, kill Hyper, and then go right back on if he really wanted to, number one. And number two, the other thing about that situation is that it was deliberately planted there by Nyx and DarkZero so that you had your back exposed to a rotate hole that was already created, and you had the shelter of the bookcase right next to you. Well, that shelter giveth and that shelter taketh away. And in that case, it gave an awful lot to Kendrew and took an awful lot away from DarkZero. That's a heartbreaker as well. DarkZero have just had some pretty miserable luck when it comes to these rounds, and I know people might disagree that these aren't quite necessarily luck.
But it is a
I think attributed to skill in the way that these teams play.
Some things are up to chance, sure.
Yes.
But yes, skill is I think the primary factor here, and I think the word I'm going to use to describe it is the audaciousness on the side of NaVi, because whenever they see an opportunity, they are audacious. Whenever they see an opportunity, they seize upon it with reckless abandon. They don't care if they fail in that moment, if they in that zone, whatever it is that's happening. And for example, Kendrew sticking that disable, he thought to himself, you know what? If I can disable this, well, I might be able to take a win. What I see most other players doing is faking, checking, maybe winning the fight, maybe not. But that's a risk, and it's just as much of a risk, I suppose, as sticking the disable. But it worked out for Kendrew.
DarkZero can't lose focus or composure here. The term mental fortitude comes up an awful lot. We use it to describe the Giants every single time they play. And DarkZero, I think, were a team that suffered from mental fortitude-itis as well in the matchups, but they have looked like, stone cold killers, if we're being completely honest. They have had 2 incredible matchups where they have been the dominant team, bar none, and now they have their greatest obstacle yet, and they find themselves on the ropes, down a map, on a map now, as they don't ever really play. That is troubling, to say the least. Still, keep your focus, and good things can possibly happen. Bit of a role swap here, as Hot and Cold is going to be on support off of Hard Breach, as Coastline is one of the maps in the map pool that gets the distinction, the only map in the map pool that has the distinction of no Hard Breach being required. This is an absolutely insane play by Citizen as he goes headhunting over that skylight. Kendrew gets the opening pick onto Nyx with a minute to go. I imagine the action will be very swift from here on out.
BC, though, will answer back. There goes Nelly. Okay. So another one for DZ. That's the skeleton key eliminating saves. Pi, though, will get hot and cold as he's positioned himself by the Sunrise bar. That's downstairs control reestablished for NaVi. It means they can probably C4 deny the plant from below. Yes, indeed, Pi has that C4. But he wants to go for a run out. Outside, he knows there's a player on big window, and here it is. Will it work? Answer, no. And it's a resounding answer at that. DarkZero managed to regain the man advantage, but with so little time, it might not matter. They try to reposition for an Aqua Bar plant, and that could work, but it's going to be very close. Again, look at the time. Citizen and Kendrew both poised to counter this plant attempt. Smoke's coming out. It'll be a default plant. That might be bad considering how low the time is, and it is! Kendrew gets the knife to deny! Citizen covering the other angles. There's no time! DarkZero have to stick it, and Hyper has to cover, or it's going to be a win for NaVi. He gets one, he gets the second! Hyper's insane, and DarkZero get their second round.
I was impressed as all hell with the way Kendrew played that, and amidst the smoke, it gives an opportunity for DarkZero to get the diffuser down, and then it gets snatched away from them just as quickly, or I guess you could say slapped away from them, as he's a villain in the night. Kendra coming very close. I guess his luck runs out on that one. He utilized all of it in the second round and the third round. Well, it just ends up falling apart. It comes very close. But Pi could have been the difference maker in that matchup. He was down by the office door. He runs out, and he gets taken away by Mint. If there had only been one member of DZ there, Pi ends up winning it. Bad luck for him. Hyper plays that one perfectly around the deployable shield just as BC falls off. I don't even know if BC got the diffuser down in time or if it was right on the final seconds. I'm not sure. Anywho, that's that gets your heart beating.
That was close, yeah. I mean, it was 0-0, and for those of you who don't watch Siege very often, what that means basically is if the diffuser is stopped from being planted, then the timer will continue, and that will result in a default win for the defenders. Because in Siege, when the diffuser is being planted, you stop the timer dead. So on triple, so if you hit your start planting at 1 second left in the round, it'll hold up the timer unless it gets denied, unless the plant doesn't happen. So as long as you can get it within a second, and DarkZero managed that. It's really impressive stuff. You got to really commend Hyper again for that coverage. Oh, wow. Early on.
Okay. Bye, Nick. See you later.
Citizen. Run out on North Balcony.
Of course it's Citizen.
Of course it would be, right?
Of course it's Citizen.
No. Is this a, yeah, it's a kitchen defense again.
Yeah.
This is the first site that NaVi went to. They did lose it.
They've only won the double bars, and that came at the very final seconds.
Yeah.
With Kendrew sticking it. So he's been their standout, as you can see right now. I mean, all of NaVi through the 3 active rounds only have 8 kills. It's not a tremendously high number. DarkZero has been leading the way in terms of kills. You touched on this in our very first map of Consulate that, well, NaVi has been playing the objective, whereas DarkZero have been going for frags and playing the objective at the same time. DarkZero got 2 plants down to NaVi's 4 in the previous matchup. So far, DarkZero's gotten the plant down once, or twice rather, and come very close the very first time as well.
Kendrew's gonna add to the NaVi kill count. That's 2. Early kills there. Well, I say early. We're half the round through, but what I mean by that is these are engagements and kills that are coming outside of the actual take, outside of the explosive finish that we have to each round. And it's going to keep getting worse for DZ. And saves, eliminates Hyper. So, DarkZero in a very difficult to recover situation. But they've actually managed to work hot and cold into the main lobby. He could do some real damage from here.
That's a gorgeous shot from Mint that just does not connect all the way onto saves the way it needs to. I'm surprised with that balloon-shaped head that Jaeger has. It was not a headshot, as Mint looked to be decently accurate. Hot and Cold is basically on his own at this point, but now Mint has dropped. This is something that Flynn has mentioned in the past about Coastline, but Kendrick guns through Mint, chew him up, spit him out. Hot and Cold, 1v5, 50 seconds left. He'll see some of the wall evaporate in front of him. Can't do much against the Alda. He has to be aware of 2 different angles. A flawless round from NaVi to answer back. It's Pi who's credited with that very final kill. Everybody from NaVi seems to be getting on the action on that one. And we're back to a 2-2 stalemate.
This is about as close as it gets. DarkZero, so close to bringing it back on map number 1, but this time they're not letting it slip away in the first place. NaVi, on the other hand, I mean, a flawless round. As much as we've seen impressive clutches from DarkZero so far through this match, you really can't question a flawless round. Sometimes these rounds, they cascade out of our own control. As a team attacking, it can be really difficult when you get 2 kills, maybe 3, like these, that just come seemingly out of nowhere, from positions you just don't expect. But all DZ needs to do is just reset, bring it back to the round-by-round mentality. Just let the new one be something different. Let DarkZero themselves push themselves into a winning position. Now, that's on them. NaVi, on the other hand, they need to feed off of that win because it was a big one. We've seen some moments where NaVi let the ball go a little bit, lose control of the round, and it cost them in the long run. It cost them in the short as well. For example, that kitchen defense from NaVi was pretty lackluster. They had the top floor hold that went nowhere, and then they couldn't even hold their own site. But then Kendrew's clutch with the stick. Wow. A flawless round. Impressive stuff. Just attach yourself to that. Let the instinctive play that NaVi has been showing us lead through, because that, I think, is what's going to give them the most success.
There's two schools of thought that seem to emerge on Coastline here. If we can turn and take a look at DarkZero for a second, and it's whether you stick to a composition every single round or you blow it up.
Right.
Whether you want to run a gridlock, whether you want to run a Capitao, obviously Capitao is banned in this case, but I'm saying just in general, whether you do want to run Hard Breacher, some teams when attacking Hookah in particular, which happens to be the site for our 5th round, is that you'll bring a Hibana and take out those pink walls through the skylight in the middle of the map. DarkZero's been running basically the same thing every single time, and I mean, you have a 2-2 scoreline, so it works. It works quite effectively. Hot and Cold is off of the hard breach. He's going to be playing on this buck, as we said before, and oh no, the ADS catching the grenade. And that will be Nello getting to live to see another day. A shot and a half from Citizen onto Hyper, all the way towards VIP and into the record hall. Citizen, what a shot from the back of theater.
Oh, sorry.
No, you continue, please.
Pi going to be retreating to the top of main stairs there. BC not going to be able to shut him down on the rotation. But wait, Pi's coming back. He wants some more. He's trying to fight the top of those main stairs. He's trying to slow down, but no. Okay. He'll make the safe call. He'll rotate back to site. Well, not to site, but kitchen. Mint is going to get Kendrew, though, somewhere, and Pi gets his second. Okay, NaVi and Pi individually having a great performance.
It's going to be Toxic Canisters at the doorway on into Hookah. That will stop Nyx for the time being. NaVi does hold the advantage. They'll find another as Mint just runs in all haphazard-like. Nyx does the same through the smoke, but he's dead, and so are the rest of his teammates. NaVi take the lead, 3-2.
Great job there to NaVi. Now, what we're seeing a lot of from DarkZero through these rounds is a lack of clear plan. Kind of a wonky droning phase, and then the actual attack phase is kind of off when they're trying to push into the defenders. For example, Pi playing a 90. That is a position that is so unbelievably common on this map as a roamer. You can do a lot of work from there. And on a billiards defense, it can be leveraged to your advantage as a defender. But the point I'm trying to get to is Pi shouldn't have been able to get anything done from there. He should have been droned out, shut down. Now, I'm guessing that he's got pests set up to deny the droning, and that's why Pi could not be, Vincere could not be, shut down. They didn't know where he was. But it's still a pretty common position. You gotta expect somebody to be there. And the fact that we even saw BC, for example, miss the shot that would have cut down Pi as he was trying to transition to the main stairs, that's another layer to the failure of DarkZero in that round.
What skin is Nello using on smoke? It looks like a swamp.
What? That's the year 1, season 1.
No, not the gun. It's that. Yeah, that's like the Pro League Glacier skin, right?
Yeah, it's the Glacier skin.
Yeah,
it's the
blue Glacier skin.
The true OG skin, because there were variants of the Glacier.
There was the white and silver Glacier as well. Yeah.
There's several different variants. There's one for the 5.56 that's unique,
which is currently being used by the F2 right now. Hyper is using the other one.
Yeah, and that's the default one is the one on the F2 for Hyper. Yeah. There's the shot from Hyper. Speaking of.
Fist bumps for you and I. Saves will get one as well onto Nyx, though. So, well, you lose the Ash, but you lose Kendrew. That's way worse that you've just lost your Maestro.
The Maestro is the sufferer for NaVi, and DarkZero, they can turn that into a whole lot more. I mean, Nyx has been playing really great, though, to be fair to him. Kendrew has also been playing great, so, I mean, everybody's been playing it. This has been a fantastic match for both teams.
Everybody's good!
Yay!
Oh,
Saves is good!
That's obscene! Nello is there as well. Hot and Cold trades out saves and makes him pay after that disgusting shot, and now DarkZero trails. Still a minute to go, and this is the frenzied pace that we saw from Aerowolf in their matchup against both DZ as well as Giants Gaming. It's going to be emulated by NaVi and DarkZero clashing against one another.
Hot and Cold trying to find something outside, and I mean, normally you'd say, oh, well, he needs to get to the building and start attacking.
Well, he needs to get to the building and
attack. He keeps getting run out on, so he's trying to play safe. He's trying to wait for Citizen to attempt to run out from the office again, or even Nello to attempt to run out from exit. Oh boy, there's been so many different aggressive plays being brought out from NaVi.
DZ don't know what to do next. Both Houghton and BC have spent the 45 seconds that have transpired, and they've languished. They really have, and they're almost loitering right now in the exterior of the building because they know there's going to be some shotguns trained at them, and the longer that they wait, the more powerful Pi is going to get as more goo mines go down. There's a frag grenade that goes on in, but there's nobody to catch it just outside of the mudroom. Nello as well as Pi are nearby, and you can hear the footsteps of Citizen above, but Nello gets gunned down by BC!
What?
DarkZero has turned an unwinnable situation on its head, but Citizen, the man himself, setting a new record for the most kills in Pro League, is there. He finds one on Drone, guns him down. Off of Drone will come Hot and Cold. He's on very tiny HP, and the diffuser will need to be picked up. Hot and Cold will need to retrieve it. A frag grenade goes on in, and great patience from Citizen right now. You can see the standoff in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Citizen will rotate. Hot and Cold might have an angle. He's given away. Keep in mind how much damage the carbine does. Citizen can get an even greater lead for his team just by peeking! And he removes the head from Hot and Cold. 4-2 for NaVi. We'll switch sides.
What a round there for Citizen. And just listen to that crowd.
You know what I was going to say? I really hope the crowd is mic'd, because remember in Sao Paulo?
Yeah.
The very first LAN, and it's like the crowd is losing their minds. They're just going absolutely insane for a play. And we're like, listen to that crowd roar. They muted the crowd mic, so we just stopped talking. All you hear is just dead silence. I remember I went back and rewatched it, and you're like, listen to this crowd roar. And it's just crickets. You're like, oh, okay.
But the funny thing was that Sao Paulo crowd was one of the loudest we've ever had. Those
The
Brazilians,
room was like shaking.
it was shaking because we had so many people in that tiny little building. That was season 6, 3?
Season 6.
Season 6, yeah.
Season 3, how long do you think I've been involved with this game?
No, I'm sorry. I remember season 3. I was in Poland. But anyway, okay. So we've seen an impressive lead racked up here from NaVi on that first half. Now, it was on the defensive side, and I don't know, maybe we can argue sides, but I don't think that. I think that NaVi have just been playing absolutely out of their minds. We almost saw them throw that last round, to be fair, but Citizen saved it, and that's all that really matters in the end. Who takes home the point for the round? So great job to Citizen again. DarkZero, I really am impressed by their ability to attempt to retake in that round.
This is big brain here for Nix.
What's happening?
He ran all the way out to contest over by the pool, and don't know if he got anything for his trouble, except for a couple dents on the hood of his shiny new paint job.
Well, he does have a paint job on his mask. DarkZero has not won Coastline since January 14th. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a long time ago.
0-1-4 with 31 bans since January. Goodness.
That's a long time ago.
That was January. You know, January was earlier this year, Michael.
It wasn't, Parker.
It was earlier this year.
Oh, boy.
The rest of the team has picked up steam while Kendrew has trailed off a little bit after his mighty performance through 3 rounds. Everybody except for Nello, of course, who's reunited with that gridlock where we saw him play disgustingly, as I had noted before, on attack. And it was also NaVi who ended up winning their defense on Coastline. Now, that's not always common. Coastline, it is unusual to see the attackers walk away with a majority of the rounds.
Or vice versa. It's often one of those maps where either the defenders or the attackers will take a lead and stick with it. Hyper in this round gets the first kill. Citizen eliminated, and that's the Jackal. Such an important operator. He adds a lot to your clear, and he's going to help out these players from above, but now he's gone, so he can't do that.
Going to burn any ADSs or flash down on the cool vibe stairs as the bucking above from Kendrew will be joined by Pi, who sees one but can't secure the kill. Track stingers go out to prevent flanks, and this is a good map to cut down those flank routes because there's only a couple ways once you get up that second floor to get back to the first floor. And well, you're either going to have to destroy those track stingers or suffer the consequences. Hot and Cold pick from Pi from above, who is just continuously getting better and better as this game goes on. And Maestro gets spotted and takes a heap of damage as well. He's going to be on flashing HP alongside his teammate Nix. If that Maestro reemerges, he better swing violently or else Pi will assuredly be able to walk away with the kill. But no, for the time being, BC will just persist by the doorway into kitchen. Just under a minute to go, Michael. NaVi at 4. Nyx has now been down. He'll get picked right back up. So I don't know if he got reset or not.
Well, I mean, he's back into the game round, and that's all that really matters, I suppose. NaVi have a significant HP advantage, but BC will get saves. So DarkZero not out of it yet. Only 30 seconds left for these NaVi players to make a site attack happen. But Nello, does he check the corner? I don't think he's going to. He's not expecting it, and he goes down easily to Nyx. The smoke will cover, but there's no gun to back it up. Hyper gets Kendrew as well, leaving just Pi. He's had an amazing performance, but can he get 4 in 10 seconds? No, he cannot. DarkZero, another round, and they bring themselves back into what seemed to be a map that was slipping away from their fingers.
That could have been the backbreaker for DarkZero. If NaVi takes the very first attack, you're up 5-2 at that point. Your motivation is all but gone, and DZ is a tremendous team, but do you manage to prevent NaVi from winning 2 after the fact? No, you don't. It's 4-3 now, though, instead of 5-2. That's why I said it could have been 5-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked at me all funny, and I was like, could have been 5-2, and you're like, well, that's not how numbers work. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's 4-3 because DarkZero won then.
Yes.
Yeah, that would,
it is 4-3.
Yes, it is. That's what I was trying to say. Is it would have been 5-2. Apologies if my words were not clear, Michael.
I wasn't looking funny as I was reading your notes.
That's just your face?
Because, well, my face is very funny.
That's not true.
Aw.
Michael, I think your face is beautiful.
Aw. Thank you, Parker.
This play from Nyx was so greasy. Don't compliment me.
I like your beard. I like your beard.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
Cap of pride. Anyway. This play from Nyx was exceptionally greasy, and I just, you don't have any time to possibly drone that out. It's a rat corner that you're going to play in. Somebody's just going to vault in through that window, and it's going to be straight to their death. You can't really combat it. The only real way that I see the Gridlock winning that is if you equip the super shorty, you jump on in and you shoot Nyx. Because keep in mind, Nyx was only on 25 HP or 20 HP or something along those lines. Very, very low.
Yeah, and that's really difficult to win in those situations. In BC got a kill on about 25 HP as well. Because he had been lit up by Pi earlier in the round, and BC still managed to do so much work as that Maestro. Truly an impressive performance from him. He's not the only one, though. Everyone is coming alive in this match. It just seems like you can't compliment all of them all at once without, getting a little... You have to get some specifics in.
I mean, it stands to reason, though, right? You get to the finals of an event like this, and you're not going to have a team that's going to be dragging around the, half decomposed carcass of a teammate.
Well, since we're bringing that up, I'd like to take a moment to highlight how far Siege Esports has come, because we did have that in the past, and we did, and it wasn't even that long ago, man. We've had moments throughout Siege's history where it's clear that there's 1 or 2 players on this squad that, yeah, they're really good and they should probably be with, other people like them, but no. And we're getting to the point where that just isn't the case anymore.
Oh!
Things like this happen.
My! He looks for a second, can't get it. Pi will start things off, and down goes Nyx. NaVi is not playing around with this round at all. It's a minute and 10 seconds in. I'll take that trade on the hot and cold quite easily if I'm Pi.
Yeah, that's a big one there. Mozzie, a huge information operator. And hopefully he's pre-placed his pests if you're rooting for DarkZero. But he's gone. He won't be able to do anything. And Citizen adds to it as Nyx is eliminated inside of VIP. Saves trying to challenge a player in Garden. Nello will get BC. Looks like this round's all NaVi.
Saves waiting for somebody to peek him. He's not too far off. He'll take out Hyper, gets pushed off. 2 for his trouble. Saves flicks on. 5 rounds for NaVi, and they will bounce back. They hasten the pace on that one. They're not going to let DarkZero breathe at all. Continue to keep him suffocated. That got gruesome.
Yeah, it really did.
That got grim real. That escalated real quick.
Boy,
that escalated quickly.
What's going on in my head right now is I'm just thinking, oh, we're getting to the end of this. NaVi, they're so close to finishing it off. We've seen an amazing match so far, but is it really going to be a 2-0 victory over DarkZero?
I mean, I think you have to realize how challenging it was for NaVi to get here.
That's true.
They had to defeat both G2 and Empire while also allowing for other teams to lose just to get to this position.
Yeah.
And then on the very final day, NaVi took first overall in Europe. I said with 2 weeks or 3 weeks to go, before Doki had even been moved off of the team, I had said, I don't think Navi's going to be able to make it. Not only did Navi make it, they add Pi to the roster, who's been fitting in extremely well, and now here they are.
Remember when you were talking about how Leon said, imagine removing your best player from your team, kicking him off your team.
And they kicked off Pi, and then Pi gets picked up by Navi. And the best revenge, or living well is the best revenge, and in this case, Pi is doing just that.
Pi must be so happy he got kicked off that team. He must be.
A strange set of circumstances find yourself here, eh? But
I've been happy to be kicked off the team before.
Oh,
yep.
That's why we cast together now.
No, actually, I didn't. That was a different team. I left that team, but no, I'm talking pre-pro league. Anyway, here and now, Pi, yeah, boy, he has come alive. He has been such a force for Navi, and you can bet your bottom dollar. You can definitely guarantee that no matter what, Pi in the future, he's got a serious career in Rainbow Six Esports. No matter what.
You hear that, Doki?
Well, I mean, I don't know what it's going to be.
You hear that, Doki?
I don't know where it's going to be. That's all speculation, but he's going to have a future, that's for sure.
I think it's safe to say that Pi has achieved greater heights than Doki, and...
You're making a short joke right now? Oh, no. Doki, I'm sorry. Oh, boy. It's a billiards defense, guys, in case you were distracted, like we were. Billiards defense, Navi looking for an aqua take.
This is a match almost on the line, but for the time being, Hyper has something to say about that. Removing Citizen from round number 9. Citizen has been so good so far. The whole team has. I mean, to be completely honest, as you mentioned, there's been a great amount of depth here. There goes an Evil Eye, and it's going to allow Kendrew to get in a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Evil Eye is going to allow Navi to get the plant, so that's actually a really big piece of utility. And the run out from Mint is shut down by Save. So, the plant's happening right now.
It's an explosive end for Kendrew as Hyper finds it. Pi gets another. Pi has been so good. Diffuser down amidst the smoke. There's Nello twisting and turning. He guns down Nyx. Navi are in the driver's seat now. They'll go on to a drone, why not? Give yourself some greater information as Saves will hit the deck. Great patience here. A run out will be shut down. And poor Hyper, he started things off so well. I said he's gonna try to say something about it, but Nello is there. Navi Nation on match point, championship point. 6-3.
They look absolutely indomitable right now. Navi are taking every opportunity DarkZero presents. And DarkZero are certainly making a lot of mistakes, leaving a lot of gaps in their defense. In that last round alone, we saw multiple different flaws in the DZ setup. The primary flaw being relying exclusively on a Evil Eye. Of all things, it can be destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you're aware of this. DZ doesn't seem to be, because they weren't trying to hold their plant. The smokes came out, sure. The track singers came out, absolutely. There was a lot of cover from Navi, but there should be more tools being implemented to stop the plant. The C4, for example, oh no, it was successful, but not on the planter. The plant was somewhere else entirely. A beautiful sidestep that I even missed the first time. Navi planted not at default, but in fact behind Billiard's table, which did not work for DarkZero. It caught them off guard, and it certainly worked out great for Navi. We're on match point.
Match point and championship point for Navi.
So close.
So close. And honestly, you know, I know that if this is the end for DarkZero, we have about 3.5 minutes, unless Navi decide to just go for broke, which they have been known to do before.
Yes.
I think that you can take some solace in this performance if you're DarkZero. You, event through event, have failed to make it past the quarterfinals. I think even just making it to the semis is a significant achievement. And I know that there's, you know, there's interest, there's intrigue, all that jazz behind DarkZero, but you've got a result that I think a lot of people expected better of. This is interesting. No British, Croatian, or Polish players ever won a Tier 1 event in Rainbow Six Siege, and that might be about to be smashed. I don't want to write off DarkZero because comebacks like this have happened many times.
They have.
But when you look at DarkZero's prowess as a team, they have a lot to learn from. This is a squad that I hope sticks together. They have gotten rid of a lot of shakes, and they are gaining very valuable experience. And while this might not be their event, who knows? The Invitational's not that far away.
I think DarkZero has a bright future no matter what, that's for sure. They seem to have a lot of great support and a lot of great people in their corner. But NaVi, here and now, I mean, they're in a great position to win this. One more round, and it's done. Looking to get control of the main lobby. This is a kitchen defense again. Kitchen twice in a row here from DZ. They're trying their best here. Saves, pushing into security. He's going to get lit up. The plant's going down.
Kendrew's getting it off, and Citizen will need to cover. There's two for NaVi. One is being tracked as well, and DarkZero are between a rock and a hard place. Is this over? 2v3. Kendrew finds one, and Hyper is there. NaVi just need a couple more seconds, and it's done. The lads have done it. From Challenger League to Champions, the NaVi Nation will lift the trophy high here in Japan. Europe will keep the trophy on their soil. It's a quick 2-0, but boy did NaVi earn that. Sweating through 2 matches prior, wild card and reciprocity, and DarkZero ends up being their easiest match of the day.
Absolute heartbreak for DarkZero, but absolutely earned for NaVi. Such an impressive performance. Almost no mistakes made when they really mattered. And every single mistake DZ made was capitalized upon by NaVi. Beautiful to watch. An exceptional match from the Europeans. And North America, no trophy for now.
People will disagree with me on this one, but I think that you have to give the MVP to Pi.
Yeah, I agree.
He steps into this role. He's only had a couple games under his belt at a pro league level. He wasn't even a pro league player prior to coming into NaVi, and he made his presence known. The longer this matchup went on, and the longer that we saw NaVi in this event, the better and more comfortable Pi got. If it weren't for Pi being so new to this squad, it would have to be Kendrew for me. His impact was enormous on attack, on defense. Truly an outstanding player, but the depth on NaVi, man, what a showing from them. And of course, there's a celebration and a coronation. We'll send it up to Matt Andrews and your champions, NaVi.
What an incredible weekend, and what an incredible final. Our champions, they're NaVi! You've done it! You have won it! Kendrew, you have won it! From all the times we've seen you in the past, many people may be sleeping on you guys, as some of us saw you coming up through the UK, M&M Gaming, making stuff work there. Then you move up, then you get spotted, Challenger League, Pro League. We've had this journey before, and the team who did that went and won a major. Now, you're the champions.
Feels amazing. The crowd, honestly, you guys, everyone here, you are incredible. You are absolutely incredible. Thank you for your support.
As a team, honestly, I don't remember watching a team seem so relaxed and enjoying themselves so much as you guys have through that, playing with the crowd, geeing them on as well as dropping bodies. Kendrew, you had this in hand.
I mean, we said during the game is if we enjoy playing, we have fun, we laugh, we play well. If we're stressed, like the reciprocity game on Consulate, we're stressing, we're bickering. If we just focus on our game, have fun while we're doing it, that's what happens.
And prep for DarkZero, did it all go as planned, or was there a time where you just thought, guys, let's rock out?
Not gonna lie, we had about 30 minutes prep, so we just thought, let's focus on our gameplay, let's comfort ban, let's just play our game and just, that's it.
30 minutes prep. Zeronic's looking at me from over there to go and win a Pro League title. Well, I won't keep you any longer then, because clearly you're in a hurry. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Pro League champion. It's NaVi!